आए दोनों, लेट आए।
हाँ,
अब तक पढ़ के नहीं आई, 2 दिन हो गए, पीपीटी हमारा डिले हो रहा है, अब तक नहीं पढ़ा है।
मैंने पढ़ा था कल हुआ ही नहीं अपना।
देखते हैं आज समझेगा कितना पढ़ा है।
शेड मेरे बाल क्रेजी। ठीक है
मैं भी आऊँगा, पीएसी बघितला का
हो।
बोलता तो सही, बोलता तो सही। ये मानसी
भाई हमारा प्रेजेंटेशन आज भी नहीं हुआ। फाइनली अब प्रेजेंटेशन कर रहे हैं शायद 2:30 बजे, शायद। आई होप
शायद नहीं, अभी हो रहा है क्योंकि लिस्ट में सबसे पहला नाम
लिस्ट में पहले हमारा नाम है।
और हम 10 मिनट पहले भी जा रहे हैं, अनलाइक अदर टाइम्स।
10 मिनट नहीं भाई, 24 हो गया यहाँ।
10 मिनट पहले निकले थे तो थोड़ा 4 मिनट चले,
अभी और 2-3 मिनट चलेंगे फिर सेटअप होएगा।
1 मिनट में सेटअप कर देंगे, 1 मिनट में सेटअप कर देंगे।
प्रेजेंटेशन पर हम फर्स्ट बेंच पर हैं क्योंकि हमारा नेक्स्ट प्रेजेंटेशन है। हाय मानसी।
ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम, गो अहेड। पैरामीटर्स ऑफ एलबीसी।
Today we will be presenting all about ADAS, that is Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. So this is a relatively new concept in the era of transportation vehicles. So what exactly is
Stick to time,
what exactly is ADAS? So it helps reduce driver fatigue, it helps reduce human errors by using the concepts of DSP. So it is not one big, it has many sub features in itself. We'll be discussing about 4 such features. The first one is adaptive cruise control. So what is ACC? Everybody must be knowing about traditional cruise control, in which you set the speed on your car. It maintains that speed until and unless you engage your brake, it stops the cruise control. So the only difference here, adaptive cruise control, is that the vehicle itself decides what speed to follow, how much distance to keep in between our car and the car in front of us, with the help of radar, LiDAR or cameras. So what concepts are used here? First of all, we have studied these concepts. Many concepts are used, but these are the 2 main concepts. One is correlation, and then time domain to frequency domain transformed as spectral analysis. So ACC, though not available in most of the Indian cars, but the high level cars we can already see ACC. So I already told you, cross correlation is used to determine the distance between your car and the car in front of you, or whatever the obstacle. And spectral analysis, I will get back to it sometime. So correlation, one signal is transmitted through the radar, that is, take it as x of t. After getting reflected from the vehicle in front of it, it becomes another signal. The amplitude can be changed, it can be attenuated or because of change in amplitude, and it has a time delay. That is, you can see over there. So the cross correlation between these 2 signals, we know the formula of cross correlation, gives us a function, basically, cross correlation function. Now what is cross correlation? It compares 2 signals and tells us the similarity between each other. So here we can see the correlation function, the coefficient is highest over here, that is at time lag 70. So this is the time delay. Now we know the time delay using the simple formula of speed is equal to distance upon time. We can find out the distance between 2 points. Time we know, speed of the wave is c, distance accordingly we can calculate. Now spectral analysis. Simply the reflected signal, it is Fourier transform is used, it is converted to the frequency domain, and then the frequency spectrum, as we can see, the peak of the frequency spectrum, it gives us f0 plus ft. Ft is the Doppler shifted frequency. That is, Doppler shift is introduced when there is a relative velocity between 2 objects. If the object in front of you is coming towards you, then there is a positive shift, F naught plus Ft. If the object is going away, there is a negative shift. So the P gives you F naught plus Ft. You know F naught, that is the frequency of the transmitted signal. You can calculate Ft accordingly. Once you know Ft, you know F naught, that is the frequency of transmitted signal. You can calculate relative velocity using this formula. So now we know relative velocity between the two cars, and we know the distance between the two cars. So up ahead, how exactly are these two distance and relative velocity used to calculate what the car does next? First of all, we have the PID controller, which is this is the proportional part of it. This is the integral part, and that is the derivative part, PID. So E of t is basically the error.
This is the part of control system.
Yeah, which determines what speed. E of t is the error. Error means what the distance is and what the distance actually should be between the two cars. Everywhere you can see E of t. Here it is proportional. Here it is proportional, which calculates the current errors. Here it is integral of all the previous errors, which helps us determine what errors not to make. And that is for future errors, predicting future errors to keep the system running smooth and not react abruptly to sudden changes in speed. So this is the control function which basically controls the throttle and the brake response. Using this basic equation, we can calculate the throttle response. Another important term is time to collision. So this is the most important one, as we can say. So we know the distance, we know the relative velocity, just divide them, you get the time. That time, if it goes below a critical threshold, the system detects that there might be a potential collision and it warns the driver that the collision might occur, and if still the driver does not take any action, it gradually starts to apply the brakes. So these are the two ways how it is used. Now I will pass on the DPT to Anand.
Exactly 5 minutes.
So, hello everyone. So I'll be continuing Avnish with the next topic, which is lane keep assist. So, like, first point where I start will be imagine a safer and smarter drive. So, like, imagine you are traveling in a lane and you don't have to worry about if my car goes off the lane or not. Then the next point is, okay, this is okay, but like, what is lane keep assist? So, lane keep assist is basically an algorithm. It is designed and it uses DSP to correct ourselves, to correct the steerings. For example, if I am in the edge of a steering, in the edge of a lane, and by mistake if I cross the, or if I am about to cross the lane, the DSP will send some signals and it will provide a corrective steering which will go back to the lane again. So why does this matter? Of course, the reason lies in the answer, because to prevent accidents, of course, and to also evade the problems which might occur. So behind the scenes, the power of DSP. The DSP is all the brain behind this, and in the further slides I will be discussing why DSP is the game changer in this. So the next one, so I'll be discussing all the points which will be important and which concept for DSP will be applied in this. So to begin with, it's the image processing. So as Avnish had mentioned, in this also similar method, we capture the image and according to the image, we decide whether we want to proceed in what way. So what is done is, we convert the image, since this is a time signal which is in the continuous domain, but our DSP algorithm will be working on digital signals only. So first we have to convert this analog signal into digital signal. So that process will be done in the image processing part. And the next part is fast Fourier transform. So now we have got the signal in digital form. But since the signal is represented currently in time domain, we are not able to get the exact details of what is happening. So we convert it into frequency domain. Frequency domain helps us easily differentiate between the lane and the part of the road where we are currently. So okay, we have got the frequency domain right, but how to proceed further? The next part we come here is filtering. So what filtering does is, it will filter out all the noise, all the extra waves or extra unwanted materials which come in front of our lane. So what it does is, we pass those low pass filter through this, and all the high frequencies and unwanted frequencies are removed to this. Then the next one is feedback control loop. So what feedback control loop does is, So by the name we can get that it's feedback. So it's connected already to the corrective steering system, and as soon as we can compare the relative motion of the car, if our relative position was away from the what is the new position, then it will send some signals to the car and a corrective action will be provided. So thresholding and classification. So there is a minimum threshold up to which the system will only observe the car movement, and only after a certain moment will the car give the steering detection. So the next points are all the formulas and which have been used here. First of all is signal representation, X of NT. So this is what is. So since I mentioned that my signal is that anything which I will observe through the camera or whatever is recording, it will be in an analog form. So I need to convert it to digital form, since my all the algorithms which are working is through digital DSP, and I want to convert it to digital signal. So the next one is Fourier transform. Okay, so Fourier transform is what? Now I have got my digital signal. Now I am not able to observe my signal correctly because there might be a lot of problems. So I want to correctly observe the frequency of that. So through Fourier transform, I will convert it into frequency domain. Then the next one is filtering operations.
This is simple DFT for
Yes, which we had studied before. Then the next one is filtering operations. So as I had mentioned before, we remove the higher frequencies and the unwanted frequencies which were present in the way or something like that, and we only get what we want. So that we can observe the clearer road part and clearly see what the road has been differing by. Then the next part is steering control with feedback. Okay, so there are some formulas which have been written here, which is U of t is equal to Kp and e power et plus Kd dE by dt. So this formula has been mentioned by Avnish before also. So this is nothing but, so E is your error, ut is your corrective angle. So at what angle my?
it is only PD control. I think
Yes, it's similar to what Avnish had mentioned before. So u of t is my corrective steering angle. At what angle my steering should rotate to get me back in the lane. Then my Kp and Kd are the proportional derivative gains coefficients. Then Et is my error coefficient. So as Avnish had mentioned before that, so for example, if the error is large in this case, this Kp will be dominant and the Kt part will be large, will be less. So in that action, Kp will be working, and if in the case the change in the error is greater, so the Kd will be dominant, and through managing both of them are proportional to each other, the steering control angle will be controlled.
तुम लोगों को objection to ये direct technique I will alone take.
And then the last part is edge detection using Sobel operator. So this is the difference between the two pixels. So how does that? The accent denotes the intensity value of the pixel. So intensity, you can imagine like you are traveling on the road, and so the lane is your white color and the road is blue color. So it will notice the changes in the intensity of the color, and according to that it will generate an impulse or something like that and give back to the feedback system. And according to that we can give the operation reactions or something. Okay, so that was from my side. I will now give Nancy will be continuing further.
So yet another feature of ADAS is DMS, which stands for Driver Monitoring System. It is basically an enabled technology that uses various sensors that uses
Please continue.
It is an enabled technology that uses various sensors to monitor the driver's attentiveness, alertness, or behavior. It uses sensors like cameras for image processing. For example, infrared or optical cameras are positioned to detect drivers' heads or face or eyes position. But what is actually its purpose? Its primary purpose is to ensure vehicle safety by ensuring that the driver remains alert, attentive, and in control of the vehicle. It also helps to prevent accidents which are caused by drowsy or distracted driving, which are the significant factors in road accidents. And it also plays a very vital part in bridging the gap between human and automated driving. How it is used? If the driver's attention gets strayed from the road, it basically alerts the driver to take a break. It uses signs of, it indicates basically signs of fatigue. For example, continuous blinking or eyelids drooping. It takes them as messages and alerts the driver. So this is the next step.
Or your name,
Yeah, it is. Now I'll be telling you a little about applications of DSP. These are the points. Filtering. Filtering is used to enhance the accuracy and reliability of the outcome of sensors, such as cameras for image processing. Fourier transform. Fourier transform, as we all know, is a mathematical tool that converts the image from spatial domain to spatial domain. Basically, is the pixel coordinate xy of the image to the frequency domain, which is represented by the frequency corresponding to u and v. It also analyzes the information and the frequency which the image contains. Another point is convolution. Basically, as you mentioned, ma'am, that convolutional neural network is a part of deep learning. It helps to extract features from the image, and basically there are several purposes of convolution. I would like to mention three of them. One is adaptability translation. I would like to explain the equations of filtering. It is represented by the equation that is there. I is the image.
Fourier transform is for images.
Yeah.
All the formula for that filtering for Fourier transform
For image processing. So in the first equation, I of xy is the base scale image, xy is the pixel coordinates, and basically I of xy represents the intensity of the pixel location. K is a kernel filter, which is basically a small matrix, and I dash of xy is the output which we get from the convolution of the image and the kernel filter. Second one is Fourier transform. Here, I of xy is again the image in the spatial domain.
Come.
In the spatial domain, u and v. Here are the frequencies corresponding to horizontal and vertical directions respectively. As we all know, the imaginary unit and e to the power of the grouping is an exponential complex function which acts the basis for representing the image in sinusoids, in terms of sinusoid, basically sine and cosine form. And the integration basically sums up the contribution of every pixel and gives the result as f of u and v. Combination if we consider I is again the image. It can be 2D or 3D, and it can be for multiple channels. W is again a kernel filter, and it is basically the summation of the product of the image and the filter, and that's how we get O of x and y, which is the output image. That is from my side. Ashi will explain the next one.
Hi everyone. So the next feature of ADAS is traffic signal warnings. So as the name suggests, traffic signal warnings, traffic signals. So it is the feature of ADAS where it helps the vehicle. It is the ability of the vehicle to detect signals like traffic signals, red, green, yellow, and also traffic signs like pedestrian crossing or stop signals to for lesser accidents, like for lesser mishappening. So what is the basic use? The most basic question, like why is it even used? So it is to reduce the human error, ensuring compliance with traffic rules. Like as we are in India, we obviously know how much we follow traffic rules. So it is definitely a very good feature of ADAS where we can reduce the number of mishappenings that happen every day. Further, I would like to tell the concepts of major concepts of DSP use. The first one is convolutional neural networks, which is nothing but an algorithm that helps detect traffic signal lights. Like if we are going on a road and the car detects the traffic signal lights and accordingly sends alerts to the driver, it may be visually or audibly, so that the driver is alerted enough to ensure that the car is moving, that the vehicle is moving rightly and it is not causing any mishappening. So it has this small basic formula, which is I convolved with K, where I is the image that is captured by the front cameras of the vehicle and K is the convolutional kernel. So the K is used in image processing, which helps to clear all the noise that the image might have and to basically have a clear image so that it can be detected and finally processed so that the vehicle can get alerts on itself. Second is the color segmentation. So this feature, this concept is used like it gives a threshold to red, green and yellow. Like for our convenience, we take the traffic signal lights red, green and yellow and they are segmented accordingly to a particular threshold that they have. And whenever the threshold is reached, the according alert is sent to the driver and is detected by the vehicle. Further moving, it is a 5-step basic simple procedure in which the first one is image acquisition. That means we have to capture the image of the road, like captured by the front cameras of the vehicle and is captured. Secondly, the step is pre-processing, which means we clear all the noise, basically make the image so much clear that it is readable for the system to identify what color of the light it is. Third is object detection. If we capture an image of the road, there are many obstacles in it and we only want the traffic signal light so that we can detect the color. So objects are detected like the traffic signal lights or the stop signals. Fourth is the color classification. As told earlier, the red, green and yellow lights are classified. And then final step, decision making. Whatever the color of the light is, accordingly the decision is made to know that which alert is sent to the vehicle. So this is a simple process of traffic signal warnings. Further, these are the papers that we have used and these are the references. All of them are routed by reference.
Latest reference.
These are all the
ADAS
papers.
is process after 2020 only.
2020 रोज IEEE papers because ये बुक्स तो अपने बहुत पुरानी है पर ये पेपर्स आपके एकदम IEEE के लेटेस्ट पेपर्स डाउनलोड करके ये लोग गिर कर सो हो गया आपका इनका बहुत अच्छा हुआ
मानसी सही से बना रहा है क्या?